Hi guys, my name is Sarah and today I am going to be telling you all about the All Time Low concert that I went to a few weeks ago at the Power Station here in Auckland, so hope you enjoy. All Time Low have been one of my favourite bands for about the last 4 years now, but this is the first time that I've ever seen them in concert here in New Zealand. I think this is their third time in the country, but I've missed them the past 2 times that they've been here. So this was the first time that I've seen them live and it was so exciting. I was so excited and I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. So I went with one of my good friends, Jared, who actually has an account here on YouTube and you should check it out because he makes some pretty awesome videos. So Jared was actually the person who introduced me to All Time Low, so it was kind of exciting for us to go and finally see them live because he hadn't seen them either, so it's kind of like the first time that we'd both seen All Time Low. Okay, so a few days before the concert, JB Hi-Fi, which is an electronics store in New Zealand and Australia, they announced that they were going to do a signing before the concert for All Time Low if you pre-ordered the new album, Last Young Renegade. So we were like, yeah, let's do it, but I was kind of like, because I had uni on that day and I didn't know whether I was going to make it because the signing was at 3:30 and my class finished at 5. I think 2 days before the concert they changed the signing time to 5:30, so I was like, yeah, sweet, let's do it. So we ended up pre-ordering the CD and we got tickets to the signing, which was really exciting. So I got to the venue about 5 o'clock and then Jared arrived about 5 minutes later with 3 of his friends. So that was cool. So we were waiting in line for a while and we were like, oh, when's the signing line gonna happen, because it's pretty much almost 5:30. And so it turns out that we were on the wrong side, so we had to go all the way around to the other side of the venue, which we ended up being a little bit closer to the venue. I think one of the crew members came around. It had a sheet with all of the names and the emails of the people who had pre-ordered the album for the signing. So they were ticking him off, and then another guy was coming around after him handing out these bands that I have conveniently kept. They've got the new logo on them, so we got these wristbands and they put them on this, and that was basically like the signing wristband thing. So we went in and it was really exciting, and I wasn't super freaking out, I was kind of like a little bit nervous but not super nervous, calm and collected and not freak out and not fangirl. And then so we went around inside the venue and we could see the signing table from where we were before they came, like the band came, and then suddenly all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, there's Zack Merrick. They came and they sat down like right by where we were, and so we were like, oh my gosh, it's All Time Low. It was kind of like a little bit surreal because you spend like so long like looking at them online. Oh, that sounded really creepy. It was a really surreal moment because, I mean, obviously, like, this is the first time, like, you've seen them live, and being a fan for 4 years, you kind of, like, see them, but you don't see them, you know? So it was kind of, like, weird to, like, see them in the same room. It didn't feel real for the minute. So the first one up was Jack, and he gave me a high five, and I think that made my entire year. It was just Jack Barricat giving me a high five. And then moving on to Ryan, and he was like, hi, how are ya? And Alex, and he thanked me. He was like, thank you. I was like, no, thank you. And then Zach was really cute. He was like, thanks. I was like, thanks. So they gave us a poster to sign. And I've actually got it here. So this was the poster that they gave us to sign. And it was really cool, and then they gave us a rubber band to tie it around, and we kind of just held it for the rest of the concert because there's nowhere else to put it because none of us had cars. So we got outside and I looked at the video and it actually turned out, and you can see Jack Barricat giving me a high five. So yeah, so here it is.
There you go. Hi. How you doing? Man, we can't do it. I wish we could. We don't have monitors on stage. Sorry. Here you go. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Hi. How you doing? Thank you. Cool hair. There with your boys, GT. There you go.
I still can't get over it. It was really weird meeting them, and so worth the money that we spent on getting the album. It was like, can't put a price on it. It was amazing. So we went back outside and we were kind of like, because the Power Station has 2 doors. They've got like the main door and then they've got like this little side door. So the side door is usually we go upstairs onto the balcony. So that was where like all the all ages people were. They were all up on the balcony, and all the over 18s were on the ground floor. So anyway, we kind of got outside. We came out the little side door, and we were like, oh, where do we go? Like, where's the line? So we ended up just like chilling in front of, like, in the middle between like the two doors. So we were kind of like close to the front, but like, yeah, we're about maybe 3 or 4 meters from the front. And then me and Jared went to go get food because we were really hungry, and it was like 7 o'clock by that point. The guy came around and he checked our IDs and stuff, and then he put on the R18 wristbands, which I've also kept for some weird reason. So they gave us the R18 wristbands, which meant that we could go downstairs or we could go upstairs or whatever we wanted. So we went inside. There wasn't like a lot of people. I think there had been like maybe 3 rows at that point. So when you like went into the doors, we were on like the left side facing the stage, and we were about maybe like 2nd, 3rd row at that point. We were just kind of like off to the side a little bit. We were like in the main bit. We were just a little bit off barricade. And so I went and got merch, and this is the crew neck that I got, and it's got All Time Low on the sleeve, and it was $80, which I'm kind of crying a little bit about inside, because it was really expensive, but it's really nice and it's really soft, and yeah, I love it. I came back with the merch, and we barricade like kind of stopped like right by where the stage is, and there was like a security guard there, and then like the speakers were right there. And we were like, why don't we just move over to the side a little bit? That way we're out of the pit and we're out of the way of like the barricade. So we were like literally like the barricade had stopped, and we were like right next to where the barricade stopped, and we were 2nd row from the front, which was so cool, and we were almost right in front of Jack, which was awesome. It was kind of nice because we had like a little bit of space around us, and it was good. Opening band was Openside, and they were pretty good. Like, I mean, this is my 3rd time seeing them open, because the last 2 times they were opening for 21 Pilots when they played at the Power Station a few years ago, and then again for 21 Pilots when they played Victor Arena. I think this time was like the best time I've ever seen them play, mainly because the first time when they were at the Power Station they didn't mix the sound right, so they ended up sounding really awful. And then when they opened at Victor/Spark Arena, it was kind of like I didn't get to hear them properly because the crowd was so bad that I actually got pushed from 20th row to 4th row in the space of their set, so I was kind of too busy trying to not get trampled that I kind of didn't enjoy their set as much. So I didn't really get to enjoy them the first 2 times, so it was really nice because they actually mix the sound pretty well, apart from the last few songs where the bass was just so overpowering that it was like getting a little bit uncomfortable, but they were rocking. It was awesome. We kind of had a little break in between, and then All Time Low appeared. So they came on stage, and it was really awesome, and we were like right in front of Jack. Yes, so I do have like a few concert videos, so I'll play them, and I hope you guys enjoy them.
If I could just find the time, I would never let another day go by. I'm over cutting off. wished I could change, but I was carried away. Give me therapy, sing it.
I'm a walking travesty,
But I'm smiling at everything. Therapy, you were never a friend
to me.
You can take back your misery. Well, I heard that you've been self-medicating in the quiet of your room, the sweets of the bitter. And if you need a friend, I'll help you stitch up your wounds. I heard that you've been having some trouble finding your place in the world. I know how much that hurts. Brand new sounds in my mind, but honey, I've seen you. I wish I could get my things and just let go. Sometimes I wish you ask for the weekend. It's
like this is really cliche, and I feel like I say this every concert that I go to, but without a doubt, hands down, this was the best concert that I've ever been to, with the exception of maybe Anberlin in 2014. Just in terms of overall experience, the crowd, the music, the band, the opening act, like the whole just general package was just incredible. I can't even begin to describe like how happy I was after that concert, during and after that concert. But the crowd was so good. We had space around us pretty much for the majority of the concert, and the only time that people were like kind of pushing was when they came out for the encore for Lost in Stereo. Even that, there was like a few like kids behind us that were just like going like hard out, and we were kind of going hard out anyway, so it didn't really matter. But that was like the only time that we were like, there was actually kind of pushing that I had like seen, and I thought that there would be a lot more of it, so I was kind of like really pleasantly surprised. And I think it kind of helped that we were on the R18 floor, so like all the kind of young kids or like teenagers were kind of upstairs, so they weren't downstairs, and I feel like it would have been a really different experience if like all the under 18s were downstairs as well. But it was really nice. It was so chill downstairs and everyone was so into it. But yeah, like me and Jared both kind of turned to each other after the concert and we were just like, oh my goodness, that just happened. We can die happy now. We just saw our favourite band live in concert, and we also met them and they were all super nice, and everybody that we met was just so lovely. I took a photo right after the concert and we were both smiling so hard, like we were just like, oh my gosh, we just saw like one of our favourite bands live. And yeah, that was really exciting. That was a really special moment, I think, for me anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed my concert experience video. I had a lot of fun putting it together and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, so yeah, alright. Bye!